without that mitzvah. So Riyanai, the son of Rabbi Yanai, said in the name of the elder of Yanai, the great. It's when you're, nowadays we have a sort of purpose-built cover, but the mantle of the Sefer goes directly on top. You used to roll it in a cloth, a scarf, and better to roll the scarf around the Torah than roll the Torah and have the scarf go around it out of respect for a Sefer. Very interesting Sikha of the Rebbe, the only Hadar I know of Maseches Megilla from the Rebbe, which goes through all these three questions of the Gemara. Someone who's buried, touches a Sefer Torah with their bare hands, should be buried without tachrichim, without clothes. And the Gemara amends the answer twice. First, the Gemara says it means without mitzvahs, and it means without that particular mitzvah. Like if they were in the middle of doing a mitzvah while they were touching a Sefer Torah, for example, they were teaching Torah, or they were leading the Torah, or they were fixing the Torah, then they don't receive the reward of that particular mitzvah. It says in Parashas Chukas, Zois HaTorah Adam, Yom Zvail. This is a Torah person who passes away in the tent. And a person, Adam, Zois HaTorah Adam, a person is compared to a Torah. And a person is a lot of similarities and sort of a microcosm of the entire Torah. And therefore, this back and forth in Gemara is really speaking at a deeper level about the person themselves. Because every single question in Gemara is unique, and it's there for a reason, for a purpose. And if a statement is said, which sounds very ambiguous, and we have to totally change it, there's a purpose to that statement as well. Because there were so many questions and answers in all the Bavli Midrashim, and Rav Ashi only decided to put in certain questions and certain answers into the Gemara. So we see that every single part of the Gemara, every question, every answer is unique to the understanding of the Gemara. So to understand this back and forth. So the Karnach, a person is buried, touches the Sefer Torah bare-handed, will be buried bare without shrouds. The Gemara says bare. The Gemara says no, without mitzvahs. Without mitzvahs? No, it means without this particular mitzvah he's in the middle of. A person is made up of two parts, a neshama and a guf, a body and a soul. And you could think to yourself that when a person is buried, a person touches a Sefer Torah with their bare hands, it's a sign of a lack of respect. So therefore, they'll be paid back, they'll be buried without any clothes on. The Gemara says no, it doesn't make sense, because a Sefer Torah is not just a physical parchment. A Sefer Torah is much more than that, it's a soul to it. My father was a shlichus 1 year in Richmond, Virginia, 1 year before he came to Pittsburgh. And so during that year, he learned with many different people. He had, I think, 20 or 25 different Russes a week that he learned with. And one of the people he used to learn with and came over to his house very much was now a shliach over here in Pittsburgh, Rabbi Weinstein. Then he was a university student in Virginia, in the University of Virginia in Richmond. And so he asked him, I don't get one thing. He saw him taking a sefer and giving it a kiss. He says, I had a professor in my university. He's a very, very brilliant person, very smart person. He wrote a book. We all have to have his book as part of the course. But after he's done with the book, we put it down, we put it on the floor. And if I need to climb to a high shelf, I'll climb on top of the book. What is it? You're taking a book, a sefer, written by people and giving it a kiss. So the Sefer Torah is not just parchment, it's not just words. Sefer Torah is in the neshama of the Torah, the soul. So what's connected to that? A person touches a Sefer Torah bare-handed means you're not respecting the neshama, the kedusha, the holiness of the Torah. So the Gemara says beer, the Sefer Torah is not just a body, not just a physical thing. It's something spiritual as well. So the Gemara answers, okay, fine, you're right. It's the repercussion is the consequence is not that he'll be buried without shrouds, but rather that he'll be buried bare without mitzvahs, which is a spiritual part. However, you can still ask the question, without mitzvahs, why should you take all of your mitzvahs? Only one particular mitzvah. This is a punishment for the entire person. This is only a one-time thing that he did. The Gemara says that he will be buried without this particular mitzvah, meaning it will be a punishment. If the entire purpose of the mitzvah is to be buried, if the entire purpose of the mitzvah is to elevate the person, the Torah is to elevate the person, so who are you punishing here? You're punishing the body. The body should be buried without shrouds. What about the neshama? What about the soul? So we buried without mitzvahs. But look a little bit deeper. You look here in the Gemara. It's already 9:30. We'll try doing this. Try finishing up quickly. there's three different aspects how you look at it, how you look at the kedusha of a Sefer Torah. You look at the gavra, the chefza, or the etzem. Gavra means the person. It's not respectful to touch a Torah with your hands. Why? Because you should have respect for the Torah. And Tosfos gives one answer over here, which fits with the spirit. Second opinion is that second understanding is that it goes on chefza, the object. The Torah itself is a very special thing. So you have a mitpachas, a cover for a Sefer Torah. One is that the Torah, that it just stops the person from touching the Sefer Torah. The second thing is that it adds honor to the Sefer Torah. It's not for the person to be protected, he shouldn't touch the Torah directly, but rather that the positive thing that you're adding to the greatness of the Torah. And number three is that the mitbachas, the mantle of the Sefer Torah, is not just an additional ornament to the Sefer Torah, but it is part and parcel of the Sefer Torah itself, part of the holiness of the Sefer Torah. So the first opinion, which says a person is buried without any physical garments, that's understanding that the mantle is a garment to the Sefer Torah, and therefore the punishment for not giving the Torah a garment, the you, is to be buried without clothes. The second opinion is that it's a person who touches a Sefer Torah barehanded, to be buried without any schus of any merit or any mitzvahs, is because the Torah is mainly there to teach you what to do. And therefore, since that's the main point of Torah, he didn't respect Torah, so therefore the entire message of Torah is missing, he'll be buried without mitzvahs. The third answer of Rabbi, is that you're buried without that particular mitzvah, is because the Torah is not just a holy book of God's wisdom, and it's not just telling you mitzvahs what to do, but Torah is the essence of Hashem, and it's the essence of a Jew. Torah, you're all one. And therefore, if the essential bond that a Jew has with the Torah is so deep and so great that it's not connected to any particular mitzvahs, and it's not connected to any particular thing, and it's so deep that therefore you're going to miss only one mitzvah. The punishment is not that you're taking away the people, not taking away mitzvahs from the person, but only one particular mitzvah, because a garment is not just the external part, but rather for the Sefer Torah, but rather it's part and parcel of the Sefer Torah itself. And you could just bring this out, Tosfos over here hands out, the Sefer Torah has to be read, has to be rolled. It says, mismilim and miminim, from the right to the left. It says, on the right, so it's three different levels how a person connects to the Torah. Connect to the Torah, looking at Torah as something great wisdom, a very smart book. The rabbis of the Talmud were great scholars, great sages, and were learning their wisdom. That's the first answer of the Gemara. Second part of the Gemara is looking at the mitzvahs. Mitzvahs, these are the Maseches. I'm connecting to the Ratzon Hashem, the essence of Hashem, and I'm knowing the mitzvahs what to do. It's something greater than me. And the third answer is that at least a mitzvah, the mitzvah itself, is you're connecting to the essence of Hashem, and you're revealing the essence of Hashem. It concludes the Gemara, Moshe Rabbeinu indicated, and he decreed that everyone should learn about the Yom Tov at that time, during that current time. Pesach and Pesach, Shavuos and Shavuos, Sukkos and Sukkos, including 30 days before. The Rebbe extends this, they should look on the Siyum of the Yom Tov 30 days before. And Hadam Lach Meir, Siglach Maseches Megilla. Maseches Megilla, mainly a big chunk of it, the first parak, and a big chunk of the first parak, discussing the Gadol and Drashim of the Megillah. And Megillah took place all in current day Iran, Sus, all these different cities in Iran, Persepolis, and we're making a Siyum on Maseches Megillah, so therefore we should make a Siyum on all of our enemies, especially the ones in Iran. And Kenya. Little man must be Ashcraft because I'm going to some the rock talking and I'm in Salavad, but not I'm not going to not there thing over there so talk about him just with Spanish. Let's talk about him just because so much the retire much the dark tell on me on them. Hey, one man come soccer and getting some soccer on the rock, me rock, above, and very shacks. Sure, after getting very shacks and I'm talking about this and remain by me, Eftach Bach, yes, I'm not on the high. Shem is talking time set Megilla Kinzer as any has some seconds from a kind of salmon and main lamish unless it's kind of the shire something set Abba. The school club, the name of Brand is immediately coming, Yaman desires some repeating the Chaim, Zari, Idon. Mrs. Chaim is not the time place of the shop of the Shmalat, he says this is that the year where you make up. We see fluctuations time, Eric and Muna was well as your father in the Islam, and I work some of the Shalim. Scaldash,